you ready to take your viewership of Craven Something Scary to the next level? Are you ready to enjoy exclusive perks such as early access to select videos, the ability to suggest video or live stream topics, private live streams, and the opportunity to even appear with me on a live stream of the channel, and much, much more? Well, if you're ready to become an official Cravenite, you can do so right now by joining my all-new Patreon. So when you visit patreon.com/Craven Something Scary, you'll have 5 different tiers of membership to choose from, and each tier adds more perks. Plus, while you're enjoying the benefits of being a channel patron, you're also helping the channel to continue growing and helping me to bring you more of what you want to see and lots of surprises along the way as well. So visit my Patreon page right now. I look forward to you stepping into the inner circle to become an official Cravenite. Thank you so much for your support.
Hi, I'm Alex Armbruster. I was the main John Carver stunt double in Thanksgiving, and you're watching Craven Something Scary. And there will be no leftovers.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, visitors, subscribers, and of course, my patrons, otherwise known as Cravenites. Welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Well, it feels good to be back at home base on a Saturday night. Isn't it great? And I'm so sorry for being late. Some things are just unavoidable in life, or as they say, life happens. But you know what? You guys stuck it out and you held on, and I appreciate that very much. So tonight, it just feels good to be back with you guys. And I have a very special guest that I have not streamed with in quite a little bit, not on purpose, but just how the cookie crumbles. And but we fixed it tonight, and this is going to be a fun stream. It's going to be very Scream focused, but we're also open to other things as well. And if you guys send in your questions, you send it. If you send in a super chat, well, you know what? Through PayPal. So obviously you see that you can't send one like the old way, but obviously through PayPal you can certainly do that. And I know my moderators that are here are going to be putting the links in the chat and telling you where to go. But if you ever forget, it's at the bottom of your screen, scrolling across right now. And so it's simply go to PayPal, put in @mental relaxation. There it is right there in the middle, all together. And you can send a super chat. I have my PayPal open, so I will be getting a notification just like I would if you send it the old way. And you will move to the front of the line. And I promise you that my guest and I will answer every question that comes in through PayPal for sure. We'll move you to the front. And we'll try to get to everybody as well. But you know how it goes. Time goes by fast, and we won't get to every question. So you guys know that. It's nothing personal. It's just how it goes. But you can do it through a super chat if you choose. All right. And yeah, other than that, if you're not yet a patron, be sure and check it out. I know you saw the stuff at the beginning. Patreon.com/Craven Something Scary altogether. All right. 5 levels of membership to choose from. So definitely check it out tonight. I'd greatly appreciate it. you will get exclusive perks and you'll support the channel. It's a win-win for everybody and it will really help out. So much appreciation to all of you that are my patrons. All right. Thank you, man. There's a link there, right, to take you there. You can do it now. And here's the cool thing: if you join while we're live, I get to call you out to everybody in the chat, on the stream, watching on replay, and give you the recognition for being a Cravenite. So definitely give it some thought. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a blanket hello to everyone in the chat. I see you all here. I'm scrolling through it as we speak. And it's so great to see so many of you here. And my moderators, especially, I want to give a shout out to Val's Views is here. Mayanne is here to moderate the chat, and they do a wonderful job. Thank you both for all that you do for the channel and the community. And for everyone else, hello. I see your names. I'm literally looking at your names right now. Okay. So I appreciate you guys for being here. All right. Having said that, guys, let's get to it. Okay. Let's get to it. Let's make the most of our time because my guest here, well, man, this guy, I'll tell you what, I first met him. Wow. Let me think what year it was. it was 2020. It was 2021 because Scream 5 hadn't come out yet. Oh my gosh. It was 2021, guys. 3 years I've known this fella and I've enjoyed his friendship, spending time with him anytime that I can, whether it's on his channel, my channel, or our channel, The Lethal Collective, which is in sabbatical mode. Obviously, it's been a long time, but we're not. It's not dead. It's just sabbatical. It's just a little break. But you never know when we're going to just show up. Okay. Um, so I gave you a big clue already of who this guest is. But if you read the title of the stream, you already know. But anyway, I'm going to bring him on because he's just so cool. And well, you know what? Let me just bring him on right now. Guys, welcome to the stage, if you will, the one and only Killjoy Jake. What is up, bro?
Yo, what's up, man? How are you?
Man, I'm doing really good, and it just feels good to be back streaming with the community. You know, when you see everybody's names in the chat, it just makes you feel good. You know what I mean? Like everyone's here to
Oh
have a
yeah.
time, and then you're here, and it makes it even like the cherry on top.
Well, I
It's
appreciate that.
it's fantastic, dude. Um, and Jake, I was just reminiscing here as you heard backstage. It was 2001, and the Movie Bros React channel had just gotten started. We were so little. We were a little baby channel,
Yeah.
and I was already watching your content regularly on YouTube and loving it. Uh, instead of Friends, I have horror movies. I'll just never forget it. And and that's right, Lindsay, back together again, and it feels so good. Um, but yes, and links are going in right now, guys, for Jake's channels. Please subscribe to Killjoy Jake and his gaming channel. All right. So thank you, Mayanne. She'll continue to post links to Jake's channels, and make sure if you're here and for some reason you're not familiar with Jake's content, oh my gosh, you got to go subscribe and hit the bell icon for all notifications because he brings the news, he brings theories, he just brings a fun perspective to horror. And you know what? He definitely has a lot of friends. Mr. 25,000 subs for Jake. Are you kidding me? Look at you. I'm not surprised. Congratulations, by the way. You are knocking on the door. 30K is in
Oh,
sight.
dude, thank you so much, man. It's been a really fun journey. We're coming up on 5 years now with the page, and
There you
it's been
go.
nothing short of a blast.
So cool, man. And I'm so happy because I remember when we first met, uh, even before we first met, I sent an email to you, direct message on Twitter, I think it was at the time. And I was like, there's no way Jake's going to join us, man. Because at that point you were like 7,000 subscribers, I believe. It was between 5 and 7. I think it was around 7, if I remember right. And we had like 100. Okay, so it's like that's friggin' untouchable away from us. So I said he's probably not going to respond, and that's okay. I don't expect it, but anyway, I sent you the message saying, "Hey, we're doing Scream Fest. Would you like to come and talk Scream 5 theories? Remember, and
Yeah.
rank the
Oh yeah.
franchise?" And sure enough, I have a notification on Twitter that he responded and had a message, and he's like, "Absolutely, man." And it just blew my mind. I remember I was so excited that you accepted it, and I called Michael, my movie bros partner, and I called Michael. And I said, "You're not going to believe it." He's like, "What?" I said, "Killjoy Jake just accepted our invitation." It was like kid in candy store. I was so excited, Jake, and and then I never would have thought at the time. We did all this stuff for Scream 5, which I really want to go back and watch it again and see if we were right on anything. And I think we were pretty accurate on some stuff. But anyway, Jake, I wanted to
Yeah.
just say, are you there? Or are you stuck?
I'm here. I'm
Oh,
hanging
Jake's
out.
frozen. There we go. Okay. I was like, I can't, I got to see if his
Oh.
eyes are blinking because I think he's stuck. You're frozen. Uh,
Can you
there.
see
Okay.
me?
Now you're, I
Yeah.
see you now. I see you now. It might be my connection over here. So bear with me. It could be on my end.
All good.
But
All good,
in
man.
fact, I'm going to make sure I close down some websites here. Okay. All right, Jake, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm shutting a couple of windows down. I think maybe it's the hospital Wi-Fi is not that good. I just
Ooh.
got to tell you right now. Um, so I know we're going to talk Scream, guys, but I'm just having a good time reminiscing. So Jake, whenever we did that, I never would have dreamt that we would form a friendship that would be lasting now 3 years.
Yeah.
We've been actually 3 years, and we're still good friends. And we did a channel together, and we still have a channel together, Lethal Collective. And just incredible. And so I just want to say thank you one more time for responding to our little channel with 100 subs. And you could have easily been like, man, I'm not. I have nothing. There's nothing to gain here for me, right? But see, it showed a glimpse of your heart, man, because there's a lot of creators with that size channels that wouldn't even entertain the thought of going because it would be like, what's the point of me going on there, right? But you showed your authenticity and that you respect people. And when I saw that, that meant more to me than you can ever imagine, because you gladly did it. You did a wonderful job, and you would have thought we had 100,000 scrubs subs the way you were acting. It was just it was real, and you're real, and I like real people, good people, and that are respectful of others and positive, and just so you, man. I just want to say thank you, and I love our friendship, and I love you, and I care about you, brother. And thank you
Well,
again.
thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That's very kind words. And I think the biggest thing is we all had 100 subscribers at one point, and anyone who forgets
Yeah,
that is really missing out, and I don't know deserves all this. So
hundred
you can
percent.
never forget that. I haven't collaborated with a lot of people lately just because I've been busy with a lot of things, but it's really my favorite thing about
Mm-hmm.
all of this because I never had someone take a chance on me when I was small, and
Yep.
I always try to do that for people around me. So thank you, thank you
So
for those
cool.
kind words, and I'm very
Absolutely,
excited to
man.
be here tonight talking a little Scream.
Yes.
So
Yes, indeed. Me too. I'm very, very excited. And thanks everyone for being here. And if you're a visitor or a first time watcher tonight on the stream with Jake and I, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel here, please do so. If you like Scream content, or if you like to hear insight from directors, writers, stunt professionals about horror movies that I have interviews with, you'll love the content. I hope you will anyway. I know. I mean, I think you will. But check it out. Subscribe to the channel and become a part of our community. And we'd love to have you here. This is a positive place. That Jake, I always say we do life together here, and it's more than just talking about movies. It's about people, and people matter to me the most over anything else. And therefore, you'll be respected. You have a voice here. And as long as you're respectful to others, you are welcome to stay. And that's my number one criteria. We can disagree with me. You may have a different opinion than me as a host or Jake as a guest, or it's someone in the chat. That's okay. That's not a problem. It's just not one of those things where if you don't see it the way I do, I'm going to dog you and then kick you out. That's ridiculous. So if you like to be in a positive environment and be accepted and have your voice heard in a respectful manner, then you're home. Consider this home, right, Jake? This is
Yes.
this is the place to be.
100%. I think the horror community is just so wonderful.
It
I
is.
have ventured and made content in other spaces and all that, but nothing compares to to
No.
right here. Right, this is home, you know? I love it. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
so nice, so great. And the same on Jake's channel. Jake doesn't put up with any negativity, disrespecting, dissing people in the chat. Zero tolerance. And we're like-minded in that way. And you know, it's really cool. It's the way things should be done, man. It really
Yeah.
the world is ugly and negative enough. Turn on the news if you want that, but right every
Yeah.
day. You just turn on the news, but coming to Jake's channel and Knight's channel, my buddy Knight, our buddy Knight from the Lethal Collective, and Fate decided, and you're gonna get treated the way you should be because we value you and number one. So anyway, all right, and Val, of course, yep, that's it right there. Those are the hashtags, and I need to get those somehow integrated into the channel somehow, Jake. Like maybe on my background up there or somewhere, or
That should be
I
your
don't
like
know.
your sign off. We do life together. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I've been saying it a long time, and I was like, I need to get that into something where it's vision. But maybe we'll start tonight with that being my new sign off. I
There
like
you
that.
go. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Man.
we'll do it tonight. Okay. So one reminder for everyone, one more time, if you want to send a super chat, look at Val. She didn't know I was about to say that, and I know she was about to post that. That's like
Read your mind.
perfect. Yes. She really did. You can send a super chat now for Jake and I to talk about Scream 7. If you have a theory and if you have an idea or you just have a question, whatever it is, we love theories, Jake, right? We love people's theories
Yes.
and just talk about them.
Absolutely.
And so we have a lot of folks in the chat, and so it's going to be impossible to get to everyone, as you know. But if you send in a super chat, absolutely, I promise you, we won't end it until we get yours up and talked about. And thank you, Val, for posting the link one more time. And Jordan says we should put that on a shirt because I'd buy it. Ooh, good idea. Could totally make a shirt with that on there for it's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
It
that.
is a good idea. Absolutely. And also, speaking of shirts, and I never, ever talk about my merch store. I just never think about it. I'm like, ever, Jake. But and maybe Val or Mayanne, if you could put a link to the merch store. If you guys haven't checked it out recently, check it out. I got Stew Train merch. I literally have a line of Stew Train merchandise with different logos and designs. And I got other stuff too, not just Stew. But check it out. Anyway, all right. So Jake, my gosh, where do we begin? Uh, okay, casting wise, well, no, let me start here. We got the news through Production Weekly. This is the newest news, and I did a video on it yesterday, and because it's a credible source, and I don't always do rumor videos. I'm real selective, but this came from Production Weekly. And so it has said that Scream 7 filming range is from September through December.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you something, man. When I think about that, and I know JT, my good buddy JT from Horror Talk Live, who's here in the chat, he mentioned it on his stream, and I already have been thinking about this for the last day or two. What if, Jake, and I want to run this by you, what if they are pulling a double And for 4 months of filming, which is basically, remember, 9 weeks was the Scream 6, which is essentially 2 months. If you're going to film it, let's say it's the 1st of September through December,
Yeah.
you have essentially two blocks of filming time for a feature.
Yeah.
What if they're doing two movies at one time and we are getting Scream 7 with a massive cliffhanger ending, which is like a part one, and then a year later we get Scream 8 that was already filmed this year and finishes it off. Tell me, what do you think about that idea?
I didn't even think about that. Comparing this to the Strangers trilogy that was just filmed back to back in that same route. That's like about the same amount of time it took
Mm-hmm.
them to film that. Wow,
Yeah.
that didn't even occur to me. That's a really great thought. I could totally see them doing a duology, like just like Radio
Mm-hmm.
Silence just did. I don't think that's a
Uh-huh.
word, but but it
It
is in my
works.
brain. It works. Yeah, it works up here. So screw it. No, I could totally see them doing like a twofer. Like Radio Silence got to do their two, right? And now let's have Kevin Williamson do his two.
Yeah.
I love that. Like I actually really love that. That would be a lot of fun. And to finally get that cliffhanger that you were talking about,
Yes.
that this was such a big conversation with 6
Mm-hmm.
before it came out, because we thought that Radio Silence was going to do a trilogy, like 5, 6,
Trilogy.
7,
That's right.
originally. So I would love to go back to that and talk, possibly do something along those lines. Leave us on a cliffhanger. We still don't know who Ghostface
Mm-hmm.
is, and then we lead
Yeah.
into the next movie with the big reveal. It could almost feel like the final Scream. We're capping the whole thing off
Mm-hmm.
here with one big like double movie. That could be fun. I look at other franchises that have done that. That's why my headspace is up there. But I
Yeah,
really
man.
like that, Craven. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's like, because I remember our biggest concern when we always would talk about cliffhangers was we don't want to have a cliffhanger ending and we don't get another movie for 10 years.
Yes, 100%.
It's like how the Weinsteins totally destroyed Scream 4 with the marketing and that and Wes didn't get his. Now he was going to do a trilogy, but it's like when people say I don't like Scream 4 because this and this and this, I'm like, well, you do realize that was the first chapter. That wasn't supposed to be like a single movie, like just within itself. I mean, it works,
Yeah.
but some of the things that I hear people complain about, I'm like, that may have been resolved in Scream 5, 6, and 5 and 6. So it's like closing the book when you're a third of the way through it and saying, well, that book's no good, that story's no good, or whatever. Well, you haven't read the whole thing.
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
I won't get on my soapbox, but I love Scream 4. It's my favorite sequel still. And
I
isn't it
love
good?
4 too. It's excellent. It's just an
It
excellent film.
is. It's so good, dude. But anyway, I digress. But the biggest concern was that doing a cliffhanger and then we don't get another movie. And
Right.
if they do it like this back to back, we're guaranteed the sequel or the resolution, I should say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, go for it. Go big. Because if they do this and we get to the end of Scream 8 and we finally get the reveal, Jake, that we've been waiting
I knew it.
for
I knew it
here.
was coming. I knew.
I
I was just
mean,
waiting for it, man.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying the stew train will finally pull in to the station and we get the mastermind reveal. So
You had me. You had me there. You did. But man, no, I'm just kidding.
I know. Well, listen, man, you have been off and on the stew train more than anybody I've ever seen in my life. But that's okay because I promise you, Jake, before it's all said and done, we'll talk and you'll be back. I've still got your ticket on reserve and
Appreciate
it's gonna be
that.
okay. It's gonna be all right. Because you're in the VIP section of
Yeah.
the train. You're up there with Knights up there in the VIP section, all the fresh hors d'oeuvres and snacks and beverages, live music.
How can I resist at this point?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And and I mean seriously. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to run that by you because I think that would be pretty darn cool. if they
No,
did that.
I really like that because 5 and 6 are two movies that are really just like standalones from each other with the same characters.
Yes,
Like
that's
those
right.
didn't need to be filmed back to back or anything like that. But something like that totally makes sense, right? Because then it's like it's just one long movie. Like the comment
Hmm.
you just put up on screen. Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%. So I could totally
exactly.
see that being like just one long movie, like Deathly Hollows from Harry Potter. I don't know why that's coming to mind. You know, like those. You know, like usually franchises finish off with like a double movie. Like that's what I'm thinking with Scream. Do run that, but with a cliffhanger. That could be fun.
It could be really cool. So I wanted to throw it on the table. Now, speaking of Scream 7, um, I'm with you, Jordan. Please, I hear you. Uh, but anyway, so here we are. It's now, gosh, it's July the 20th, and we have no cast list except for not Naomi, Nev Campbell, and I'm putting Courtney Cox in there. I know. I just feel like there's no way she's not in this movie, right? I mean,
Right.
I just don't see that. So, I mean, I can't say it's official, but I'm going to say tentatively official. Other than that, we've got nothing, Jake, and it's driving me bonkers. If they start filming in September, don't you think, like I do here, that we're approaching August in 2 weeks, right? Don't
Right.
you think
Right.
we're going to get something in by the 1st of August? I would think.
Well, with that rumor being that this film is going into production from September to December, yeah, I mean we got to get something next month, if not at the tail end of this
Yeah.
month. So I just think right now, like with my channel at least, the biggest focus has been Terrifier 3. Like we're getting real
Yep.
close to that one. That seems to be
Hmm.
like a big chokehold on the horror fan base right now. But I could see like some kind of big Scream 7 update coming in the midst of that because yeah, I mean, dude, if we're really filming in September, we should have something. You know what I mean? I always think about like
Yes.
when 5 and 6 got going. It was maybe like 3 or 4 months before when we started to like figure out who the main players were in every
That's
movie.
right.
So the fact that we haven't gotten anything and we're said to be filming here in just like what month and a half, pretty much, or
Month.
roughly,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
we
it.
should get something. We should get some kind of information. At least mainstay cast. You know what I mean? I saw someone say
Yes.
that Critical Overlord was theorizing about filming in Atlanta. So it's like, well,
Hmm.
where's the Kirby announcement? Where's Hayden Panettiere?
That's
Where
right.
Courtney Cox, I think, was like on one of the Production Weekly things, but that I don't know. You know what I mean? I never know.
I
I'm not
know
100% about that because how sometimes they reuse like the stuff from the
They
other
do
things.
sometimes.
Right. So I'm like, I don't know if that's 100% or not. So I've been so on the anytime someone brings that up to me recently in streams, I'm like, I don't even know what to say about Courtney Cox. I don't know if she's
I
back or not.
know. I'm with you. I'm like, I think she's back, but I don't, they just don't want to say it. I don't know what the problem is here. And what about Patrick Dempsey, for gosh sakes?
Dude,
We're
I don't know
still
if he's
waiting.
gonna be in it.
Dude, he needs to be in this, Jake.
I know, dude. I'm right there with you. He needs to be in this if
He
we're telling the
does.
Sydney story. But dude, he's filming that Dexter prequel. Like he's like a main character on that. Like right when they're gonna be filming. So I'm like, what is up with that? What? And not to go on a rant, not to get on my soapbox either. This is
Yeah.
your soapbox, Steven. But
Hmm.
I think that if he's not in it, I don't understand why we're telling another Sydney story. Like I'm at the point
Mm.
where he needs to be in it for for this movie to make sense. I'm almost there. I don't know what the plot's about, but we need him. Like it's a requirement for this film.
I agree. I cannot disagree because this is about Sydney and obviously her family. And
Precisely.
it's like, I mean, are we going to have one of these situations where Mark is out of the country on a case, or some kind of like
Also in London on a
in
business trip.
London? He's hanging out with Christina Carpenter at a
Yeah.
conference.
They're both there. Oh my god. Yeah, that's great. You know what? I'll take that actually. I'm good.
That's great. I mean, they have to do something like that, right? I mean, yeah. I just want him to get him signed, and let's do this thing. Now, one thing I'll mention about you mentioned about the Matthew Lillard comment with the Dexter prequel. Well, I don't know when they're filming the prequel because I don't know. I haven't looked that up. Like, do you know the months
It's
by chance?
I believe it's is it November? I want to say it's
Okay.
like tail end of fall. So like
Okay.
that's doable if they start like early September.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, because you could even because you could, if this is a back-to-back thing, you could film all of his scenes
Yeah.
even before they film everybody else. Unless obviously the scenes that he has to be interacting. But I'm just saying that's at least 2 months to make that happen.
Well,
You
well
could get
dude,
his
and,
stuff done. What's that?
Craven, I was just thinking about this. Someone put in the chat earlier, they're like, that cliffhanger ending we were talking about, it could
Yeah.
be, Patrick getting stabbed or something. And it's like, oh, is he dead? I don't know,
It could be. Yeah. Oh. And then
that could
maybe
be brutal.
It could be brutal. Yeah. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do this in the chat. And again, I can't promise we're going to get to everybody. But if you have a cliffhanger in mind, go ahead and put it in the chat. What would you like to see as a cliffhanger ending for Scream 7? If we're going to do this back-to-back filming, we're going to have Scream 7 and 8 filmed September through December. What would you want to see in a cliffhanger? That's a good one, Jake. It is
I like
a good
that.
one.
Great
I like
question.
it. It's a great question. Of course, I think for me, it would be stew related cliffhanger somehow. It's got to be, man. It's got to be some kind of a
Taking off the mask and cuts away.
something like that, or yeah. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm giving it thought. I'm going to give it some thought, and I'll probably do a video on it.
I was just gonna. That's got to be a new video, right? Come on.
It does. It's got to be a video. Like, here's the cliffhanger ending, and yeah. But JT says he's got to be in it, or we will riot. There you go.
No arguments.
Exactly. It's true, man. Very much. Okay, so we don't know the cast, but we know it's coming soon. And man, when they start dropping the cast out, it's going to be insane around here for all of us in the community, right? I mean, hey, Sister Pam, love you, channel. I've had Sister Pam on here once. We did. We did a live stream quite a while ago. We'll have to do another one soon. But glad you're here, Sister Pam. And Stu lives. You better believe it. Absolutely, that Stu train is pumping up, full of fuel, ready to roll.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah, man. So, Sister Pam, good to see you. Love your channel. You do such a great job. And I watched your video. I think I watched one of your videos today on it was the announcement of September through December. Yeah, your newest video. I watched that one earlier. But anyway,
she has some great theories. Some excellent stuff on that page.
I'm telling you, man, and there's so much Stu content, which I love. That's that's one of my passions.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, that's good, Sister Pam. Enjoying the stream. I'm glad you are. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. So cliffhanger ending, guys. Start putting your cliffhanger endings in the chat so that we can talk about them. All right. All righty. Now, Jake and I have pretty much shared our cliffhanger desires. Perhaps one, Jake's being Mark Kincaid getting stabbed, and we don't know if he's going to live. And I mean, we don't know. You never know because we'll have to wait and see. And Nate, and mine's of course Stu related in some way. I haven't worked out exactly how I would want to do it, but it's going to involve him. I guarantee that. I see you guys are putting in theories. Oops, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, keep those coming. Keep those coming. All right. And remember, super chats through PayPal at Mental Relaxation is the way you can super chat the channel if you want to help support this and put a little something in the tip jar for the channel. If you're enjoying Jake being here, you're enjoying our conversation, then we would appreciate a super chat. It really will help the channel a lot. And you get your question answered, but in front of everyone else, or maybe your theory. So much appreciated. Okay. Now, here comes the big question for me, Jake, for you right now, is who do you want to be cast in Scream 7? I know we talked about Mark, so we know Mark Kincaid. We both agree on Patrick Dempsey. So tell me, who is on your wish list? Do you have a wish list for people?
We have the legacy characters out of the way. We have discussed these characters. Of course, I want a lot of them back. But I just made a video about 7 actors who have not really been in Scream films that I would love to see in these movies. And I'm glad you asked this question. Like I'm so prepared.
I love
But
it.
there's a few people that like I love from other 90s horror movies. Like 90s or like early thousands horror movies that never appeared in one of these. Like they're in like I don't want to say that this category of horror is like Scream knockoff movies, but like
Right.
those 90s slashers that all kind
I
of
do.
are Scream inspired. There's so many good ones out there, and there's so many great actors and actresses from these movies as well. So just a few off the top of my head, right?
Yeah.
Fairuza Balk from what is it, The Craft? I
Oh,
think she's an
okay.
excellent actress. She's Nancy in The Craft. Love her to
Okay.
death. She's in a bunch of like other, like just a bunch of other horror movies where she plays like the goth character. Like that's like what she was known for. You've seen The Craft,
Mhm.
right?
I have. It's been a long time now, but it was a long time ago. It makes me want to rewatch it actually, because that's the one with Nev Campbell, right?
Yeah, Nev Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, they're
Yeah,
both in it, and it's the
that's
same year as
right.
Scream, dude, which is nuts.
Oh my gosh, I need to
Yeah,
rewatch that. Seriously, dude.
dude. I mean, excellent movie, and Nev Campbell especially is fantastic in that movie too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude. If you're a Scream fan, you got to put it on. Like it's excellent. But no, I would love to see her in a Scream movie. She's great. I got two more, and I'll shut up. I promise.
No, no,
um,
I want to hear them all. Bring it on.
I also you've seen I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, right?
I did.
Okay, yeah, there we go. See, I'm like he's seen that one. There we go. But
Yes.
I love Brandy from that one. I
Okay.
don't remember her last name. I know she just goes by
I don't
Brandy these
either.
days.
Brandy. Yeah, that's how I know her too.
Okay, you know who I'm talking. I'm like, if you have
I
no idea who
totally
I'm talking
do.
about, I'm just gonna move on. Yeah, she's an
Yep.
excellent part of that movie. I would love to see her in the Scream franchise. A lot of we had Sarah Michelle Gellar from that franchise in Scream 2 already. Let's
Oh
get some
yeah.
more. Let's get some more. Maybe even Jennifer Love Hewitt. Fuck it. That'd be
Yeah.
great. But
Bring her on.
last person, and this is the one I maybe want the most, and I'll shut up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Alicia Witt, who is the star of Urban Legend.
Oh, now which character was she? Do you remember?
She's like the main final girl with like the red hair.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, she was great in Urban Legend. I think she's a really good. She was really
Now,
good.
Craven, this gets even more interesting, right? Because out of
Okay.
all the people I just talked about, Brandy is coming back with a horror movie this winter, which is exciting.
Okay.
It's called The Front Room. I'm here for that. Feruza's
Mm,
in like an Amazon Prime series, which is great and all. Cool, hell yeah,
okay.
rock on. But Alicia Witt was just one of the big players in Longlegs, which is killing it at the box office right
Oh,
now.
that's great. I haven't seen it, but I really want to when it comes on streaming. I'll be getting it right away because everyone's talking very positive
It is
about
a
it.
very divisive film, my friend.
Yeah.
But I would say it is a must see of the year, nonetheless.
Ooh,
It
okay.
is. It's one of those where it's like it works for you or it doesn't. Like I think there's no in between with Long Legs. Like it
Hmm.
is you love it or hate it kind of thing. But no, totally see it. Honestly, see it for the performances alone. Alicia Witt is fantastic in this. I would love to see her play some kind of character in the Scream universe that honestly
Yeah.
I won't spoil it, but a goofier version of the character we saw in Longlegs, which is a little more, straightforward, Silence of the Lambs kind of feeling film. So, but those three, I love them to death. Crazy underrated '90s actresses. Would love to see them in Scream 7. Be awesome.
Fantastic. What a good list. I'm with you. Those are great choices. I mean, especially it's Alicia Witt, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one there I think is maybe my personal favorite of all the ones you mentioned, except for of course Jennifer Love Hewitt or something
I
like that.
like that would be awesome. I'd be
That
losing
would
my
be
mind over that.
amazing. Of course, yes. All right. And hey, just real quick, we do have a super chat that came in, and I want to say hi to Destin. What's up, my man? Destination Station in the house. And Ty's asking about how to send a super chat. Well, Ty, I'm glad that you asked. And if one of my mods could go ahead, please, and again, and replenish refresh the chat, uh, and post that for me, I'd appreciate it. So, Ty, right now, super chats are going exclusively through PayPal. All right, that's the way you send them now. It's all through PayPal, and the way you send it to. Sorry, guys, I got three things I'm looking at literally at one time. Let me focus. So when you go to PayPal, just put in the @ sign, like you see on the bottom of the screen right now, at mental relaxation, all of that together. And that will come in. I'm actually got my PayPal open, and send your super chat there and leave the chat in PayPal. You can leave a note. That's where you type in so that I have it right there. I can read it like I'm about to in just a second. So thank you, Ty. And send that in through PayPal, and I'll get it, and we'll get you up and talking about it. All right. All right. All right, here we go. So this super chat comes in from Alex, and thank you, Alex, for your $5 super chat. Much appreciated, man. And Alex says this: Stephen and Jake, if Scream 7 is not going to be released until the fall of 2025, which I was going to ask you that, Jake, in a minute, I am going to consider not seeing this movie. Oh, in my opinion, Spyglass needs to pay a price for both forcing us to wait for so long and for getting rid of Melissa Barrera. Her firing caused Scream 7 to be delayed, and I will be bleep if there are going to be further delays. Okay. Well, passion. I feel the passion there. It's definitely there. I feel your passion for it. Thank you, Alex, for the super chat. Okay. Wow. I got some thoughts on this. Jake, what do you want to start us off? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah. Bottom line, dude, it sucks what happened with
Yeah.
Melissa Barrera. I'm bummed out about it. I have been since November when all that news came out.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna see the movie. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
love this franchise. I'm here with it. I'm here to stick with it, see what they end up doing next, and I just
Yeah.
hope it's good. I hope it's good more than anything. I'm glad we got 2 movies with Melissa. I think that I love
Mm-hmm.
them. I think they're great. There's no bad Scream film in my opinion. And I
Yeah.
also think that it doesn't mean that the door is completely shut on those characters. You know what I mean? There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that love the core 4. I'm sure we can see them back at some point. I look at Blumhouse right now, their situation, right? They just had the Halloween franchise for a little bit, and now they've
Mm-hmm.
tossed that ball over to Miramax, who's working on a TV series. The same thing will happen with Scream eventually. Like,
Yeah. It will.
look, even if we do have 2 more movies, like you're talking about, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
like just trying to end Scream. Dude, sorry. As long as these are making money,
Oh,
we're gonna get a Scream 9. You know what I
you
mean?
bet.
Uh,
Absolutely.
so
100%. It's just whether Sydney's going to be in or not. That's a different question, right?
yeah, yeah.
But it could be all new characters. But Scream Night's going to happen as long as these things make money. Yeah,
And the
you're right.
point there being is like other studios are going to want to get their hands on this at some point, and Spyglass will probably bid. So I'm sure you won't have to wait too much longer. But
Yeah.
something's coming with that. You know what I mean? There's money to be made there. People love this character.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will see more from her, I'm sure, in the future.
I think so, man. And regarding, like, I'm just rereading it now, just make sure I hit, like, and I respect, Alex, your feelings and opinion on this. I do, and it's certainly your right to not watch it. If that's where your convictions are, follow them through. However, I always say this: if we don't support the next Scream movie, we are putting ourselves at risk for not having one for 10 more years. And I just look at Scream 4. I mean, that movie was not properly marketed. The Weinsteins were, they just butchered that up from happening. I think it made 90, 80, I made like 90 million with like hardly any marketing. I didn't know it was out until it was already in the theater. I'm telling you that if it had been marketed properly, and I guess this is one of my soapboxes too, I believe that thing would have made 120 to 130, 140, whatever, and we would have gotten Scream 5, another Wes Craven movie. Having said that, if we don't go out and watch Scream 7, we are literally rolling the dice that someone else will pick up and buy the ticket we were going to buy, because if we don't and it doesn't make money, guess what? They'll lay it down for a long time probably. So anyway, I'll just say to keep that in mind. You don't have to go, but just keep in mind, Jake. I always think, like, look, even if a movie ends up not being good, if it's a horror film, at least our contributions through tickets, streaming, renting it, all those things helps us try to get another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, I feel
Yeah,
like it's our almost our duty. We got to keep it going.
I mean, as long as they put out, they could put out 100 more movies with Scream in the title, and they're all going to make money at the end of the day.
100% agree. Yeah.
That's my thing about it. One less $13 ticket sale isn't going to hurt
Right.
that company so badly either. So I don't know. I'm
No.
not gonna I'm not gonna make this about that. But
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah,
I hear you.
yeah. I'm just, hey man, we got another Scream film in production. Whatever it ends up being, cool. Let's see it.
That's right. And something else I'm going to say too. Let's not forget we lost Christopher Landon, and
That's a
that one
bummer.
still stings today to me. I just, he was brought in and under, well, at the time it was going to be the Carpenters and Sydney were, but the rumor was it was going to be a half and half kind of movie where you're featuring these Carpenters and Sydney kind of co leads, if you will, in some way. But with what happened, and I don't blame the guy. Well, I wouldn't want to work for Gary Barber either after all that happened. So it was sad when he announced he was, pulling out of the project. But I understand why, and I don't blame Christopher Landon. That's firmly at the feet of Gary Barber, the head of Spyglass Media. So anyway, I'm gonna miss Christopher J because I think he would have done an amazing job with this movie. I was so excited.
Dude, we've just had so many losses
I
with Scream.
know.
It's been this back and forth battle, since I started covering it back in like 2020. Like we had all this exciting news, it was like, oh,
Mhm.
5 is coming out. It was awesome. And then, Nev gets cut off a 6. It's like, fuck, like, oh man, it was great for so long. 6 comes out, it's a big deal, and now we're back to just rainy days. You know what I mean? It's just been it's been tough. It's been a tough time. But now that seven's coming, it's going into production sometime soon. I feel like a lot of those clouds are starting to pass, or the sun is coming out for this franchise. And hopefully we get something good when it drops. Most likely, I hate to say it, but fall of 2025. Did I lose you there?
Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened. I was frozen.
Oh no.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
I'm
But
back.
rock on, man. So
Gotta love technology.
it's wild. But Scream 7, man. But you think we got some good days coming for the franchise again?
Yeah, I do. I really do, man. Nev Campbell's back. It's a Sydney Scream movie that I'm so excited for. I hope that with the story that Guy wrote for this, whatever he did, he's done, uh, and Gail is in it. Gail of Scream 2 and Scream 3 and heck, even Scream 4. I want to see that. Um, and could you hear me just then?
You cut out a little bit.
Okay,
You
okay.
cut
Let me
out-
just, dude, this is driving me bonkers. Okay, so with Sydney, so basically what I'm saying is I'm hoping that Kevin Williamson will say, Courtney, I want to see the Gale Weathers of Scream 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And Scream,
No,
I need
I
all of
gotcha.
the first 4. You know what I'm saying? I want her to be back, not this token cameo piece over here. Uh, and I want City. I just want it to feel like an old school Scream movie, Jake.
Yeah, yeah. I really
want
think,
it to feel that way.
dude, yeah, I mean,
So
I totally think that's going to be
yeah,
the case
that's
though.
what I'm thinking. Um, I I want to see. I don't know what you heard, but I'll just end it by this. I want to see an old school. Gosh, sorry guys. It has. There's no net, man. When you're dealing with this stuff here, we're live. But I want to see an old school Scream movie, Jake. I want to feel like I'm watching a Wes Craven Scream movie again, and
Yes.
that's what I'm hoping for. Now, hey, I got a super another a couple of super chats have come through. Thank you so much. Jordan has submitted a PayPal super chat tonight. She's actually two. She sent two different $3 super chats. Jordan, thank you so much. Um, she, the one that her question or statement, I should say, is about the cliffhanger ending, right? Like which cliffhanger do you want to see? And Jordan says this: if, and this is all capitals, if Stu does not return, so I know Jordan's on the Stu train, but if she's saying if he does not return, I'd like Leslie Mocker to reveal herself as Ghostface to help keep Stu a surprise and to avenge her son from Scream 5. So, what do you think about Leslie Mocker being our primary Ghostface in Scream 7, Jake?
Well, Stu's got to come back for that to happen, and he's dead. So,
Well, that's what everyone thinks. That's the
yeah.
beauty of it. Yeah, he's gonna shock him when he's back.
If it happens, no.
If it happens,
if it happens,
I'll give you that. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. You know what I'm thinking of, Jake?
What are you thinking of?
I think it's time to get it up.
Yeah, I'm ready, baby. Get up!
Put it in there. Hashtag #StuNation. Let's go.
Get up!
Yeah.
Get up! Get up!
Oh yeah, baby.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It's been gotten up.
Yes, it has.
Love it.
I love it too. Jordan says Judge Craven proved that Stu lives. Well, thank you. That was a fun thing that your attorney was a part of, Jake. Your personal lawyer. What's his name again? It was
Killian J. Jacobs.
Killian J. Jacobs. That's right.
Huge Stu guy. Loves it.
Huge Stu guy. Made a great case of why he's alive. It was great. And everyone's putting in their Stu trains. Let's go. Okay. So, Jordan, I'll give you my thoughts on that. I think I'm with you. I think I'm kind of with you on this. I really am. I think we've theorized before, Jake, on the channel here on live streams before, and one of the theories that we've talked about is, what if they're collecting evidence and they're getting like DNA that's not like 100% verifiable, but they're showing that it comes from a mocker, and they say, and Leslie Mocker is the primary suspect because everyone believes Stu's dead. That's the whole thing. And what you end up finding out is, and then we as an audience, we start to believe, if it's written really good, we start to believe it's Leslie Mocker. And we have this, you see those movies where kind of like the first Scream with Billy, from the very beginning, they're setting him up as a red herring. And you're like, it can't be. It's too obvious. They would never do that. But then there's scenes where you're like, oh, is it Billy? Maybe it is Billy, right? And it's that tug of war inside of the whodunit. What if they are after Leslie Mocker? And of course, we find out that at the end, the Mocker DNA is, of course, Stu Mocker. And they're like, this is impossible. He's dead. There's no way. This is impossible. Someone's planting his DNA.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying you could do a lot of stuff with it. I know you're not on the Stu train. I respect it. Yeah. But know, I'm the conductor, so
you got to pitch it.
I have to pitch the idea. So I think that if Stu is not coming back in 7, maybe they're going to save him for 8. Because believe me, the Stu train never stops. So we're going to be, if he's not in 7, that doesn't mean a darn thing. Now, maybe they're setting it for 8. Anyway, but the point is, Jake, what do you, I think that I would like to see something along those lines, maybe, where you have this, what do you think? Like, is she a red herring or not? I don't know. It's back and forth.
You know, I have so much to say about this because I want to
Okay.
compare, but here's the thing: I want to compare it to something that has come out recently, but I don't. I'd have to spoil the thing if I were to talk about
Oh,
said thing.
what
So
before
I won't
you?
do that.
Well, oh, okay. I was gonna say, how recently? Is it really recent?
Yeah, like a very recent horror movie did something similar to this.
Okay.
And
Okay.
what I will say, that all I'm gonna say, is that this said movie was not interpreted well for this specific part. Now, maybe that works
Okay.
in Scream. That's all I'm saying. But I think the big thing, the big comparison piece is this is a character that was mentioned in a previous film, and then was revealed to be some kind of antagonist. Now, a lot of
Okay.
the fan base has already talked about, with Christina Carpenter being this crappy mom who's
There you
like on the
go.
other side of the planet, right? So people are like, oh,
Yep.
maybe she's the killer in the next one. I just
That's
feel like
right.
we're expecting it. You know what I mean? The glory of having a new entry in the Scream franchise is having a brand new set of characters that we know nothing about, but one of them is our killer. That's the special thing. That's the special thing that I come to the theater to see. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, who is it out of all these new
Ooh,
characters?
that's right. Who's the who done it?
Like I loved in Scream 6 when we were talking, or it's before 5 or 6, we were like, who's it gonna be? You also brought up earlier, you were like, I would love to go back and watch like the Scream 5 videos where we're trying to predict who the killers are. Like I remember
Yes,
mine was like Liv and Dylan Minette's character, like those
that's
two.
right.
Totally wrong. I was going
That's
like
oh
a
man.
miss, 100% completely off the rails. But I love
Yes.
that, when we did
Yeah.
get the reveal, it was like what, oh my god, that's so shocking. So I
Mhm.
I hope we get that in 7. That's a big thing that I
Yep.
want. That I
Me
don't
too.
know if that would be possible with with Leslie Mocker if she showed up on screen
Yeah.
in the first act and then takes off the mask in part 3. But
Yeah.
hey, I'm here. I'm open minded, man. I'm open minded. Maybe it works with the way they do it. I'm here for whatever. I want to be shocked. I want to be shocked. I
Yeah.
want to be surprised. I want to have
Me
a fun
too.
time trying to figure out who the killer is the whole time.
Jake, I want to have another Scream 4 moment with the Jill reveal.
Yeah,
That just
100%.
shocked me. I could not believe it. That's the thing. And I haven't felt that way since Scream 4.
Yeah.
And I'm with you, man. That's whoever is behind this, let's have it really shock us. Just shock us and surprise us. And that would be a great movie. That would be a great movie. If they can fool us, they fooled us with the Scream 1, they fooled us because we just knew it was Billy, and then he gets stabbed. Quote.
So it's not him, right? He's
It's
dead.
not
Yeah.
him. He's dead. So now you take him out of the equation completely. And that was just a brilliant, but yeah, Scream 4 was great. I mean, they're all great, but that reveal, I'll never forget how I felt in the theater. I was like stunned when it was Jill. I was couldn't believe it was Jill.
4 just like it hits you at your core. It's like a betrayal, It's like,
It
what?
is.
Like this
Yes.
character was set up to be the new good guy, and it's like you're gonna make her like she's the one conducting this whole thing. It hurts, man. It's a
It
painful
does.
reveal, and I just love it. Scream 4 is excellent.
Totally. And also here we've got another super chat. Thank you so much, guys, for sending in your PayPal super chat. And this is from Chris. Hey, Chris, what's going on? And Chris says this: I would like to see Scream 7 and 8 with Sydney revealing Ghostface as Stu is getting arrested and put on trial, leading into 8. I'm sorry. Leading into 8, where it starts. 8 in a courtroom, and Stu is not in court. Then the search starts all up again. Interesting. I don't know how much. Oh, did you lose me on that? I was reading.
I heard all of it. Your face was
Okay.
frozen, but I did
Okay.
I did catch the whole thing.
Okay, good. So Jake, we've got this idea from Chris here, with revealing Ghostface as Stu is getting arrested and put on trial, leading into 8. So start 8. So basically, it's revealed, and then 8 starts off in a courtroom, but Stu's not there, and then the search starts up. What do you think, man? What do you think about that kind of scenario where they catch Ghostface, and then the whole point of the next movie is the trial? It's the what happens to him, kind of thing, and then he's missing.
You know, I actually wouldn't. I don't think I would mind Stu coming back more. I would mind it less if they didn't play it as a like a big reveal. Honestly, that's a big
Okay.
thing for me. I honestly think if they just like rip the Band-Aid off with like the opening scene, like just be like Stu's back, he's running around, he gets taken to jail, and his accomplice is still out there. We're trying to figure out who that is.
Mm-hmm.
I would be more inclined to get into something like that versus just have him be the big bad the whole time, because then you could make it interesting again, right? You're still playing into the Scream formula of trying to figure out who it is, and it is still a new character, but there's just this new element introduced to make the mystery stranger. You know what I mean, or something that stands on its
Mm-hmm.
own. If you introduce a new Scream movie that way, yeah, there'd be no way that you could make it feel too much like something from the past. Now we are in uncharted territory had you go down that
Yeah.
route, which I'm not even gonna lie, man, at this point, you know, the logistics are out the window for me. Like, I just want a good
Yeah.
good shock. I want a good, run me through a
Mhm.
mystery that works. That's as much as I love Six, I know this is a big point of contention between both of us. We disagree on this. The
Yeah.
one thing I think pretty much everyone agrees on, and I'm not gonna say
Mhm.
everyone, but mostly everyone, is that the
Yeah.
reveal in Six ain't it. Like, I don't know. I was
Oh,
just like, "Pfft, what? You know?
dude, I did not like the reveal in 6 at all.
It's the weakest mystery
Yeah,
of the six, like
it is.
without argument. I really like the film. I enjoy a lot of the twists and
Yeah,
turns throughout that one, but I
me
had
too.
that pinned down before we even got to the
Mhm.
third act. So
Yep.
I think that's my biggest thing. If you want to stretch logic, Matthew Lillard is popping right now, as you know, Steven.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be shocked for a monetary reason to
Oh,
bring him
yeah.
into Scream 7. I wouldn't be shocked at all for that. But
Mhm.
do it with taste. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go down
Mhm.
that route, just get it out the fucking gate. Like, this is the Stu duology. It's still not a word. I don't care. Get Stu out, rip the Band-Aid off, throw him in there. Let's find his partner.
Love it. Hey, you know, I'm good with that, man. I would be fine with that as well. And you can have scenes where they're interviewing Stu, interrogate him. Trying to find out
Hannibal
who is.
Lecter style, right?
There you go. Exactly right.
I could get
That's
into
right.
that.
Yep. And think about the dialogue that could be done. That could be really good with Stu, like, and they're trying to get him to reveal, and he's like just antagonizing them and not cooperating, and just like it just. And you said Hannibal Lecter, and I'm like, yeah, because that would be entertaining to watch. I would be totally cool with that, because remember, the original plot for Scream 3, we've talked about it ad nauseum, was Matthew Lillard in prison leading a cult of ghost faces, the whole kids in high school. And,
Right.
and just as a reminder for everyone, check this out.
Well, I have an incredible piece of trivia, which probably nobody really knows. That Scream 3 was in pre-production, and I had actually been hired to come back in Scream 3 as the killer. And then when Columbine broke out, they scratched the entire script. They scrapped it. Because it had something to do with high school and taking over kids and making them do terrible things. And the producers were like, Wes was like, we have to, Bob was, we can't go this way. And so I actually was paid to be in Scream 3 and never had a chance to fulfill it.
There you go. Right from Matthew's lips to our ears. So it could be cool. So I think that you're on. I think, Jake, that's a really good idea. And Chris, thank you for the super chat and for sparking our line of thinking in more of like this kind of like law being caught kind of a situation, because I think it could work really good. I would be okay with that totally. I'd be like, keep going back
more
to
screen
Stu.
time.
More screen time. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be. And throughout the whole movie,
Yeah.
if you did it that way. Like, we get a lot more scenes with Matthew or with Stu, I should say, the character. So yeah, I'm 100% for it, for that
Now,
kind of scenario.
Steven, I hate to do this to you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
old Jake does got to get going here.
Yeah, we have been
pretty
going
soon.
for over an hour. So how about 5 more minutes? and we'll
I
try
can
to.
do 5 more minutes, man. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
5 minutes. So, guys, listen, this is it. Crunch time. If you have a question, send your PayPal chat in now. Super chat in right now because we got 5 minutes with Jake. That's all we're going to get left. So, it's officially the 2 minute warning, or I should say the 5 minute warning football. So send it in. I've got it open, and you will move ahead. We're going to try to hit some of these folks' ideas. And if a super chat bumps in, then I will do that one first. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's see here. I got some of these saved. All right, so Fear of the Phantom says this, talking about how we want to see the cliffhanger, right? So Scream 7 ends with a major character being killed, but not before they see who's under the mask, but we don't see. Oh, that's so hard. And they say, it can't be. You're supposed to be dead, and they die. Now, Jake, what do you think about that ending where they leave it open? Wait
Who,
for us.
who else could it be?
Well, I mean,
Who
I'm
else
trying
could
to
it be,
think.
Doug? Come on now.
I know. Well, Angelina, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Roman's accomplice. I don't know. It could be. But yeah, I guess that does kind of limit, because you got to think about who in the past that appeared to die but is not dead. I mean, Stu, obviously. Angelina is on my personal list. Anybody else come to mind that you would? I mean, they couldn't
Maybe
have taken
like
a bullet to the head.
like maybe Jill. Jill is a character that
Ooh,
some have
yeah.
argued could still be alive, but
That's
I don't
true.
know. I don't know, man. It's it's all questionable.
Okay, let me ask you this then. What if they take the mask off, we don't see it, and the person says, it can't be dead, credits.
Just cut out that last part. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did you hear me? I don't know if it
Yeah.
came through. What would you say to that if we didn't say you're supposed to be dead? They just said you. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you got me back.
Oh, you're back now. Yeah. So sorry about this darn Wi-Fi.
Dude, you're good. You're all good. But I did hear what you said. So cut out that you're supposed to be dead.
Yes.
I think that would work. The less detail that you can put in there, the better, because then we could be speculating whomever. It could be someone that died in the film previously, right? Then it's like, oh, maybe it was Jeff.
Because this franchise does fake deaths. I mean,
we've done it a couple times now.
We've done it 3 times out of 6 movies. We did it with Scream 3 with Roman, and Scream 6 with Quinn. So half the movies have a fake out.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
And you know what, Jake? You just opened this up, because even if they did say you're dead, and we're all thinking it must be Stu, but it could be someone that was allegedly killed in the first or in the 7th film. So that logic applies. That it could be a fake out death from within that movie too. But I do think it's still better with this it can't be, because then we're all like, what, who the heck is it? They know this person,
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's fun. That could be fun. Real quick here, we only got about 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and we're out. Paula said, a cliffhanger ending. Sydney comes face to face with her past, and she gets revealed as Ghostface. Oh no. Oh, now that you want a shocking ending, Jake. That tops it there.
That would be a shocker. I can't deny that. It would break my heart. You know what I mean? It would.
I know.
I just don't know if Sydney could be a Ghostface. I don't know. It's such a tough character to work with in more sequels, because she's so sacred. With this fan base, with horror history, it's like you can't kill Jamie Lee Curtis in the opening of a Halloween movie. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you do that, and then it's just I can't take anything that comes seriously. But so it's the same thing with Sydney. Like you can't make her ghost face, you can't kill her. But you still got to find a way to make it suspenseful. You still got to find a way to tell new stories surrounding this character.
You
It's
do.
not an easy thing to be done. You know, it's
No,
not.
it's really not. It's not.
Got to
You're
handle
right.
it carefully. It's fragile.
Very, very fragile. JT, real quick, says Stu helps track down the mastermind, which is a patsy. He's the actual mastermind. Gosh, yeah. Hey, man, I'm all for that. Do the fake out. And yeah, I mean, there's even a lot of people that said that at one time they were talking about Stu coming back with a redemption arc, that
I've
he was
heard that.
actually
Yeah,
trying to help the police.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And so, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. And Jake, that's what's fun about this as we start to really wrap up here, guys, is that we're at the stage without any details that we can think and theorize about anything, right? Like any theory we want is, if it's plausible, it's possible.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's what makes this so fun. And we can only do this before um, the movie comes out, obviously, because then everyone will know what happened. And hey, we got a super chat coming in at just the right moment here, as we still are live, and it's from Alex again. Alex sending a second super chat of $5. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate you supporting the channel and letting us know that you're really enjoying the stream tonight. Thank you. So here's what he says, and this will be the last question. And I'll tell you what, I'll go till 10. So when Jake has to leave here after this super chat, I'll go on about another 10 minutes and then try to get to some more questions. All right. So everybody stick around. But Jake, here we go. Imagine this scenario. Melissa Barrera was secretly hired back for Scream 7. And at the end, her character will be revealed as a member of Stu Macher's cult. This will probably not happen. Nonetheless, I cannot think of a more shocking scenario for Scream 7. Could you imagine the end and it's Melissa Barrera under the hood? I mean, I think I would drop my popcorn at this point. If I had any left,
Dude.
I'd drop it.
My wish before everything that happened last November with Scream 7 was to bring back Sydney and have Melissa Barrera go full Ghostface. Like,
Yes.
I had a lot of people say that would be so tragic though, and I don't know, but I'm like, no, that would be fucking awesome. Like, sorry, but
I agree.
it would work for me because it's like not every character gets a happy ending. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen for
No.
every single character. But to have the one that did get away, you know what I mean? That did get away from the horror of this franchise, come back to take down someone who just wasn't as lucky. That's brutal. You know what I mean? That's a really
Yeah.
interesting. Like, what's the
Yeah.
theme in Scream 3 about the killer is a dark reflection of the final girl, right? You know, bring that back to full focus in Scream 7, almost reinventing that idea. That's what I wanted for 7 before everything happened, of course. But I love that. I honestly really love that. I like the idea of her just like just totally losing it, go down a totally different path that Sydney did. And again, to compare it and say, like, this could have happened had certain things happened to Sydney, but they didn't, thank God.
Yes, agreed. But I'm with you on this because, and let me just tell you, I've said this many times, my favorite kill in Scream 5 and my favorite kill in Scream 6 is when Melissa Barrera had the knife. The
Yeah.
Richie murder and Detective Bailey's murder at the hands of Melissa. Awesome. Just friggin' unleashed anger, wrath, rage, all of those things. She gave it to the dark side. And so I'm just saying, man, I dig this idea, Alex and Jake as well. And I would be all for seeing Sam just go crazy Ghostface mode with insane kills. Just like, not that she's still not using the knife, but just like stuff that's just vicious, like vile, vicious killings. Like she did with Richie. I mean, that was 23 stabs or wounds? I used to know the number. It's 23 or something, or 24. and Bailey's not far from that, Detective Bailey. So anyway, yeah, I like it. I'm with you.
Oh yeah.
So Alex, thank you for your $5 super chat and a great idea. I'm down. And so guys, listen. Here's what we're gonna do. I need you guys to, before Jake leaves, I need you all to go and subscribe to his channels. That's right, channels. So, Mayanne, if you could please, I know you're kind of going solo right now. You're doing a great job. If you could please put the links right now so it's really refreshed of Jake's channel links. And we're going to make it easy for you here because you don't have to go look it up in the search engine. You literally just click the link and it takes you right there. What's up, Hollywood guy? Um, Click the link that Mayanne is going to be posting for you right here in just a second. And here's the first one. This is his main channel, Killjoy Jake. And again, congratulations on 25,000 subs, my man. And it feels good knowing you that when I first met you, you were at 7K. Look at that. Just look at that, dude. Your hard work is paying off. And I always knew it would. And it's not a surprise. It doesn't shock me, nothing. That I just like, that's what should be. That's what should happen. So
Well, thank you.
congratulations, my friend. Seriously.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Of course. And if you're here and you haven't subscribed to Killjoy Jake, trust me, do what 25,000 other people did, which was a smart decision to hit the subscribe button. Click the link right there. Crafty says already subbed. There you go. All right. And also, Jake has another channel, his gaming channel, and you need to click this link and subscribe. Let's support and get that channel on up too. Let's get those subs up for Jake over there. And he's an awesome guy, as you guys can see on the stream. Great friend of mine and of the community. So, Jake, remember what we talked about? And this is I'm pulling behind. Look, we're talking real here, right? Even though we're live with an audience. Remember what we talked about before we wanted to do after this stream?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah,
is that still in play or not?
Dude, can I give you a call in like a little bit? I don't know how long you're going to be up.
No, I'll be up. I'll be up for a while.
Yeah, apologies, man. I just got something real quick to do at 11 o'clock my time.
Okay. No, you're good. You're good. I just wanted to confirm that because if you were going to say yes, I would go ahead and end the stream too with you.
Okay.
That's why I was asking that. But if not, just call me whenever you're available.
You go on for a bit, and I'll give you a call later tonight. Okay.
No, that works, guys. Listen, tell Jake how much you love him. Leave a comment here, and also when this goes to replay, let him know how much you love him and appreciate him because he's such a cool dude, as you guys know. Great friend and a great source of inspirational horror talk. And I love it, Jake. This was fun. Hope you had a good time, bro.
Hell yeah, I absolutely did. Thank you so much for having me, dude.
Hey, listen, and here's the deal. We'll make a deal. We'll virtual handshake. We're not going to wait. We're not going to wait this long again to do it. We're going to do it sooner.
Absolutely, man. There you go.
Yep, right there. That's it. We shaked on it, buddy.
Perfect, man.
So, all right, guys, let's all say goodbye to Jake. Jake, thank you so much. I'll talk to you later tonight. And thank you again for this. This was a lot of fun.
Of course, man. Thank you, guys.
All
the love. Peace out.
Out. See you, bud. Very cool. All right, guys, I'm going to go for about another 5 minutes. I keep extending it. Another 5 minutes with you guys one-on-one. I'll try to get to as many of your comments as I can, but, realistically, I may get to another 2 or 3 max probably. So I do have my PayPal open still, so super chats will go to the front of the line, and I'm monitoring it as we speak. Yep, there we go. All right, so let's see. Where else do we get? So yeah, that was something. That was something. Jake is great. He's just great. Really fun talking to him again. It's been a long time since we've done a live stream. Let's see. Now JT has a scenario. He says Mark is for a cliffhanger ending. Mark is out of the country and gets attacked. He FaceTimes Sydney to tell her the reason he is out of town. he has intel that Stu is alive. Then you see a ghost face pop up behind him and end credits. Ooh, JT, I like it. I because whoever's pops up behind him does not necessarily have to be Stu Macher, and that's the great part of a real cliffhanger, because we would think it might be, but what if that's one of his cult members who's been following Mark Kincaid, and we find out to reveal in 8, let's say Mark actually what if Mark actually kills the ghost face that pops up behind him, and we all are thinking, oh no, he just killed Stu, you know, and then he takes the mask off, only to reveal it's a character that's not Stu. It is one of his cult members. So JT, I like that. Actually, that's really good. Oh, I like that. Russell Dorsey saying, my cliffhanger ending I want to see is Mark Kincaid as Ghostface. Ooh, it was me all along, Sydney. Dang, man. I tell you, Russell, that's so brutal to put Sydney through that. It's like, but it would be shocking. I don't think any of us necessarily would be expecting that. And the thought of how Sydney would feel, but such betrayal, my gosh, that would be probably so brutal. But to find out that he was involved with Roman in Scream 3, that he actually was an accomplice in Scream 3 as well. Ooh. And he can even make he can even make a comment like, something about Roman, saying how, back when, I was helping Roman, this was this was a lot harder, or something, or a lot easier. Either way, you could go all kinds of ways with it. But just something to allude that he was actually there as an accomplice in Scream 3 would be pretty wild. But either way, Russell, I like the idea, but I also it's like love and hate relationship with that idea. I think you know what I mean. Um, let's see. Let's see. Hey, songs about everything. What's going on? Good to see you here. Uh, and they say I would have liked to see Christina Carpenter have some involvement in the 96 spree, but I don't think it's likely now. Anyways, Stu Macher is alive. Ooh, he didn't die. That's right. Uh, yeah, I know. Christina Carpenter, you know, there were some missed opportunities with that character, I think. It's a shame we didn't actually get to see her involved with things that are going on, but it is what it is, right? It is, so it's water under the bridge. But I'm with you. It would have been nice, but yay, probably. Hey, look, there's always a chance. Jake mentioned it earlier. There's always a chance that we could get Melissa Rivera back in the future. That door could open again. And so, if as long as you've got, even if you can't get Jenna, if you can get Melissa, at least, then you've got a shot for Christina Carpenter being in play. Let's see. Jordan says another theory could be revealing Billy's dad is Ghostface, and he's helping hide Stu. I mean, that makes sense too. You never know. Hank Loomis is still alive in the movies and in real life. The actor C.W. Morgan is alive, and so you could absolutely bring Billy's dad back into this if they wanted to go that route. And I think that's cool because he knew Stu was Billy's best friend, and so they probably had a somewhat of a relationship, obviously, and probably spent some time together on the boat, maybe. Who knows, right? So yeah, you could definitely make a case for that. So Jordan, I like that. I like that. Yeah, definitely. All right. Thank you, Mayanne. Reminding everyone that you can still send a super chat, but time is running very, very short, guys. I'm going to go about probably, I mean, the only thing that will keep the stream long longer is if you send a super chat. Otherwise, I will probably go ahead and end the stream in a couple of minutes. So if you want to help keep the stream going, you can do that sending in super chats because I always promise you I will not end the stream if there's a super chat. I will cover every super chat. And so just keep that in mind. You can do it through PayPal and it'll come right through. I'm monitoring it literally right now as we speak. And if anyone sends one in now, I will get you covered. Just leave your super chat comment in the notes section of PayPal where it says message. Type it in there so I can read it right there on the super chat. Okay? Good deal. Thanks, man. All right. Shark Recliner, what's going on? All right, glad you're here. What if you remake the film Copycat, but with Gail being stalked by an obsessive fan, and Sydney was just a way to get to Gail? Now that's a twist too, because it would end up being, we think it's all a Sydney-focused movie, only to find out, like you say, the killer's really after Gail. Yeah, I like that idea, Shark Recliner. That's out of the box. I like it. Let's see. Jason the Nice One's got a good theory. The most shocking for me would be a lie began Nev and Mark's marriage. Okay, he grew up in Woodsboro in love with Sydney. He knew Sam and Tara's mom, and Ghostface is their mom. Billy tried to kill their mom. Stu saved her, and she wants to hurt Sydney because Billy loved Sydney more than her. Stu is actually Tara's father. Yeah, remember, because she has a different father. We don't know who it is. What a betrayal. And it sure would be. If we had the Carpenter sisters back, if Melissa and Tara were returning, that could be a very interesting plot, Jason. Yeah. Good one. Good job. Yeah. DJ says we don't know if Stu had any brothers or sisters to help him along. No, we don't. We just know about Leslie's sister. We don't know any more than that. Yeah. Which means you can put it in if you want to. Yeah. All right. Crafty's heading out. May already begin. And good night, Crafty. Crafty Saver, thank you for being here. Hope to catch you on the next live stream. Kyle, what's up, Kyle? Good to see you, man. We're getting ready to shut down. I'm getting ready to shut the stream down. We've been going for an hour and a half. It's been a lot of fun. Double checking for super chats right now to make sure I don't miss anyone. Nope, no new super chats. All right, so I want to thank Alex, Chris, and Jordan for your super chats tonight. That really helps the channel. I appreciate you doing that very much. And I want to thank again all of my patrons that are joining my Patreon to help keep the channel's lights on and helps keeps it growing. Much appreciation to you. And I hope you guys enjoyed Jake and I hanging out, doing our thing. It felt good. It's been a long time. Those of you who know about the Lethal Collective, you know it's been a little bit, and it felt good to be back with Jake and back with all of you. And you guys did some good stuff. You got some great theories, ideas. I love it. I always do. I know I could not get to everyone's comments, and I hate that, but there's just not enough time. And frankly, I am tired. I'm going to be honest with you. It's catching up to me. But this was fun, a lot of fun. So, thank you, Jason. Says, thank you, Stephen, for another awesome stream. Take care of yourself. Good night, everyone. Good rest of your weekend. Much love. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate it, man. And it's so good to see you. I know you're so busy with your channel, But I'm really thank you for being here on the stream, man. It's always great when I see you here and hanging out with us for the duration of the stream or a watch party. That's really awesome, man. So Jason, thank you, my friend. Good night, Melissa. I see you saying good night. Good night to everybody. Much appreciation. Fear Phantom says, when will we see you next? Well, let me look at the calendar. That's a good question. I would say right now you should see me on probably Monday night. I'm probably hosting, I'll give you guys a sneak peek. I haven't shared this yet with anybody, but I probably am going to be hosting a watch party on Wednesday, the 24th. I'm not going to tell you what movie. You have to wait and see. I'll be setting up a stream probably tomorrow or Monday, but we're going to host a watch party here, and I'll probably be streaming like a regular stream like tonight, hanging out with you guys, and not a watch party. Probably Monday. Probably Monday. And there's always an outside chance I could pop in tomorrow night or, during the day at some point and surprise you with an impromptu stream. I like to do that. But great question, Fear the Phantom. I would say I guarantee you'll see me, unless something drastically changes, next Wednesday and probably Monday. Probably Monday. Good night, Russell. Great to see you here. Yes, guys, if you have not hit the like button, please smash it on your way out. Smash that thumbs up. And if you want to help this stream get further reach in replay mode, if you could leave a comment, and some of you always do, and I appreciate that. With the minute the stream is over, you can enter in a comment like you do on a video. If you guys would leave a comment, and that will help the algorithm with engagement. It will help the algorithm to send this out to more people as a suggested video at that point. So just, if you don't mind, I would greatly appreciate it. But definitely the thumbs up button helps too. So those are ways you can help this that don't cost a dime, but they help the channel and they help the video and the live streams. So, all right. Well, I think that's it, guys. Yes. Oh, and by the way, if you are here and you are not aware that I have a second channel, if you would click the link right now that Mayanne just put in, the Movie Bros React is my channel. My buddy Michael and I, the Carbonite Jedi, has his channel solo, but we come together on this one and we share the channel and we talk about movies, watch parties of movies. We got lots of ideas for the channel that we're going to add more content. So if you've not subscribed, please come over. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're almost at 800. So it would be awesome if you helped us get there. It'd be really cool. And I think you'll enjoy the content. We stream every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central at the Movie Bros React. So thank you for putting that up. Much appreciated, Mayanne. And Fear the Phantom says, rest up. Will do, my friend. Thank you. And of course, Michael's channel is Carbonite Jedi. And if you love Star Wars, let me just tell you, that's where you need to go. Yes, man. Hope to see everyone there. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end it here. This was a great time. I appreciate you all. Thanks for your super chats. Thanks for hanging out. And thank you all for everything you do. It means a lot to me. I love spending time with you. And now I'm going to go I'm going to get a fresh bottle of water here. and then I think I'm going to sleep. Sounds good. And I encourage you to do so as well, unless you're up at night. If you work nights or you're up at nights, then don't go to sleep. But anyway, guys, much love to you. Remember, we do life together. And here, if you're in this part of this community, you're never alone. All right, guys. See you next time. Stay tuned. Hit the bell icon. Set your settings to all notifications because you never know when it's going to pop up and say Craven Something Scary is going live in 30 minutes. It can happen at any point. I look forward to the next time, guys. Have a great night and a great weekend. What's left of it? We got a full day, so enjoy it. And I will see you soon. Much love. Good night.